Hey guys, it's review time, and today I am reviewing The Sari Shop by Ruba Bajwa. Hoping I'm pronouncing that right. This book was published by W.W. Norton and Company in June of 2004, but I think it was first published in January of 2004. This edition has 224 pages and it has 890 ratings on Goodreads. This takes place in India, I think in the Punjabi state, I'm guessing from the impression I got from the book. The main character is a man named Ramchand, and he is just a simple sari shop clerk. He's just like a simple man. He is not well educated. He actually stopped his schooling when he was 15. Goes into his little bit into his background, his family, the death of his parents, and just how he got to the state that he is in. And he's just like a simple guy. At times he doesn't know that much English. He doesn't really remember that much, and he feels intimidated by people with culture, education, and status. And he seems very comfortable in his life that he's living. He rents a small room. He has a crush on his landlord's wife, and he just lives day to day, doing the same routine, hanging out with his coworkers in the sari shop, and just living a simple life until there is the wedding of a very rich family. A family, I think it insinuates that the father takes bribes, and the daughter of the family is marrying a captain in the army. They, of course, are a big client, and so the head of the sari shop sends Ramchand to take the expensive saris directly to the house to show them all of the saris. And this kind of spurs him, this kind of shakes up his life in the sense that for once he feels very intimidated of actually for once going into this world that he kind of never thought he would actually get the chance to see, or he doesn't even necessarily want to see it because he feels so inadequate that he just can't necessarily handle it, and he'll just make a fool out of himself. By being exposed to the way that those people live, it kind of motivates him to try to better himself and try to expand his mind and his perspective of the world. And so he starts trying to educate himself. He starts buying books to read and just practicing his English and just trying to think of things from different perspectives. And that kind of leads him to being exposed to the bright side of culture and a better way of living. One thing that he's exposed to, that there's a coin has two sides. And so by being more exposed to and aware of how well some people live, he is confronted by how poorly some people live. Some people like way worse off than him, and it kind of really shakes him up in his life and the way that he sees things. And his book doesn't necessarily have a plot, but it is very interesting seeing him expanding his mind and his perspective of the way things are in the world and for some people. And with mixed results, I have to say, I don't know, like, I kind of wish that, because of the International Reuse Group, I kind of wish that I waited. I had already reserved this book from the library by the time I was kind of invited to join the group, so I was already going to read it. But now, like, especially with the ending of this book, I really want to talk to someone about this book. I think it opens up, like, because Ramchan is now exposed to these new perspectives, ideas, and realities, it really hits you hard when he's realizing these things for the first time, or when he's realizing the realities of the culture that he lives in. Also, what does one do when someone realizes that this thing or this condition is just so pervasive throughout culture that what do you do exactly? And I just would just love to talk to someone about this. The ending of this, I don't know. I really would like to talk to someone about this, and I kind of wish I waited to like maybe this got voted in for the International Reads group. I'm at the point where I'll probably definitely recommend it, so I can just talk to someone about this and the implications of this. And especially, I think this book touches on things which are very relevant to things that are actually currently going on in India. Yeah, I definitely will recommend this to read. I definitely actually want my friend who is from India to read this, and so I want to talk to her about these things and if she agrees with this or not, because the author, she's basing this story in the same city that she has lived in, and I think that is very interesting. She kind of puts herself in the story, at least as one character. I do have to admit, like, some of the words I had to Google because the author is assuming that you either know them or you can just look them up, but she doesn't pause to explain to you these words. I think this is probably written for Indian audiences, but it's written in English. I believe this book won the Commonwealth Prize for Best First Book in South Asia and Europe in 2005. This is this author's first novel, and I definitely would want to read her other work. It touches you, I think. Personally, it touched me. That was my review of The Sari Shop by Ruba Bajwa. Definitely recommend it, and I'm definitely probably gonna see if I can get this voted in for the International Reads group eventually down the line, because I think it has a lot of elements in here that should be talked about in general. Anyway, yeah, that was my review. Hope you guys liked it. Have a great day. Bye.